Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be doing some final day testing against the Primal Lord Crazed Shellbrute before he arrives to the global servers tomorrow. So for my viewer, we have found the best performing team for him, which is using the Maulers, and we're gonna in today's video use that same team, but we're gonna try different positioning, having different heroes on the Mauler buff tiles, as well as trying a different artifact, Verdant Spell, because Verdant Spell seems to be doing really well in even endless bosses. And we're thinking probably also Crazed Shellbrute because it gives penetration to your Lily May, and that is really useful against bosses who have high amount of defenses. And the Crazed Shellbrute definitely has high defenses compared to the previous Plague Creeper boss we had. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. This was the team that we used yesterday to get our highest score, and in today's video I want to try having Lily May on the buff tile. In one of the testing, we're going to have Odie and Lily May on the buff tile, but in the other test, I think I'm going to go for Smokey on the buff tile as well. So we're going to go ahead, position like this. I want to first of all try the Resonating Spell onto Lily May in this position, and then we're going to swap and go for the Verdant Spell and see which one is actually better. Because the thing about the heroes on the buff tiles here is if we take a look at the faction talents by clicking this boss icon in the upper right, the boss will take 40% more damage from enemy prime carriers, so you want to have your hardest hitting damage dealers on these buff tiles. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to get right into the boss fight. Okay, here we go guys, wish us luck. Hopefully we can get a good score in today's testing. So we're on ×2 speed. Smokey, as of right now, is not reaching the Odie for the attack buff yet, but when he casts his aura again, it should reach the Odie. Mikola is in a perfect position, and the Fiestro gets gulped first. Now, I don't know actually if we want... I think we do want Fiestro and then the Fiestro Illusion being gulped before the Mikola, because then we have this haste buff uptime for our Odie and Lily May. Okay, now Smokey is buffing up the entire team. I think even it should be reaching the Fiestro now, or maybe not the Fiestro yet, but after the next cast it should reach him. Or, no, I might have to wait for one more cast after this. Anyway, we're up to 13 billion damage, 61 seconds left. We're breaking the boss's shield really quickly now because Odie's triple tap, once he stacks up high enough poison, is going to very quickly break the shield of the boss. We have the blue aura from Smokey. It's important now that we break the shield really, really fast because we do not want, the blue aura of Smokey to be wasted against the boss. And there was a bit of wastage right there, maybe 2 or 3 seconds where the shield was up, and so Smokey wasn't able to deal as much damage as normally he should be able to do. Still, our score is looking good, 26 billion damage. Odie is going to really quickly clear that shield, which is good for our team. Mikola has now been taken, so we're missing out on the haste buff, but we still have the attack buff from the Honor Arena. 27 billion damage, 28 seconds left. It's going to be close. Now, yesterday we managed to get 29 billion, and today I'm hoping we should be getting 30 billion. And we're going to have to take a look at the damage chart at the end of this fight. It might be that Odie is better off the buff tile and having Smokey on the buff tile, because Smokey sometimes deals more damage than Odie against this boss. Okay, there we go. 28 billion damage. Yeah, this is not looking better than the previous formation we had, where Lily May was off the buff tile and Smokey was on the buff tile. Because at the end of the fight, the boss takes a lot less damage because his defenses scale over the course of the fight. Yeah, Odie didn't do that much. Even on the I think we need to have Odie off the buff tile. He's not really contributing that much to damage. Lily May did. The other problem is when we don't have Odie on the buff tile, we're not going to get Odie teleported into the range. No, we had Odie teleported into the range, right? Okay, I'm going to try Odie off the buff tile in the next team testing. Okay, we're going to battle. And I think we're going to have Odie all the way up in the front. Or over here. Should be fine. And something like this, maybe. Do we want Odie all the way in the front? Mikola will still not be able to reach him with her buffs, her haste buff, because Mikola is going to go off to the side, and so Odie will still not be reachable with that. But I guess this would make more sense, something like this. Okay, I'm going to try something like this. Again, we'll try the resonating spell, and then for the final test, we'll try the verdant spell for the same formation. Oh wait, Mikola is going to end up in the perfect position. Nice, she's going to be able to buff up the Odie here, and hopefully the Lily May as well. And keep in mind, this team testing we're doing is also with an epic Mikola. If you have a more invested Mikola, it will be probably better, because she'll give Combat Fury to your frontline allies like the Feresto Illusion, and herself. So she would get off more damage from that. We broke the boss's shield pretty quickly. I'm happy with that, because it's difficult for this team to break the boss's shield at the beginning stages. But if you check, look how quickly our damage is ramping up. 10 billion damage with only 23 seconds of the boss fight so far. But then the boss, over the duration of the fight, gains more and more defenses as you deal more damage to him. And that's when you have to try and deal true damage to him, or even the Smokey's blue aura. And that's why another strategy which we were testing is to not run Feresto and have Rainier basically have Smokey be eaten or gulped by the boss, and then cast his blue aura right at the end of the match. So this was good. We broke the shield really quickly. I think Smokey got a lot of damage off with his ultimate. 41 seconds left, 24 billion damage almost. Okay, come on. Mikola is really in the perfect position to be buffing up our team. But it might just be that Lily May is better off the buff tile. Because we had to do, like yesterday we did the testing with Lily May off the buff tile and both Smokey and Odie on it. And it seemed like that just did better than this is doing. We were also running the resonating spell on that, but onto Odie. Yeah, let's turn on to 2 times speed. I think we're going to end up, again, not being able to break our record with this team formation. We'll take a look at the damage chart. And then I think we're going to have to go back to our original formation and then try Verdant Spell on that. Seems like Lily May is better off the buff tile. I don't know. Yeah, because Odie dealt a lot less damage in this team compared to the team testing we did yesterday. So let's go ahead and take a look at that and copy that formation, because that did do the best for us. And that was with 10 resonating levels lower. Yeah, this did the best for us. So I think what we will do is we will try this one for our final attempt, and we'll try the Verdant Spell just to test it, because we've already tested this with resonating. We know this can get a good score and probably would break our record, but let's see whether Verdant Spell can also be a good option for this. Okay, we can play it on ×2 speed. So Mikola is gonna reach, yeah, the Lily May with the buff, which is good. Yeah, all the buffs are reaching our damages, I believe, so that's good for our team. And even the Feresto and Feresto Illusion are going to be receiving the buffs. So Verdant Spell will provide penetration to your rogue heroes like Lily May. Good, we broke the shield really fast. Gives attack speed to your marksman like Odie. And it gives haste to your supports. To your tanks it gives damage reduction, which is not useful in this boss fight. Yeah, already the damage is looking better. 26 billion. But I think it might still be difficult to break the record here. Broke the shield fast, 18 seconds left. I hope we can at least break yesterday's record. But it looks like Resonating Spell is still the best one, because we're 10 levels higher and we still are not able to break our record that we did with Resonating Spell. So with all of this testing, we've kind of learned that for the Mauler team, it seems like Lily May is best off the buff tile. We did better there, even with the Verdant Spell. And the other thing that we learned is that Resonating Spell still seems to be the best, better than Verdant Spell, at least for this team comp that we're running. And if we just rewatch the replay for yesterday where we got the top score, again, the positioning was pretty much perfect here. Yeah, we're getting the attack buff from both Mikola and the Smokey, and the haste buff from Mikola's Curse Spheres reaching the Lily May and the Odie. And we had the Resonating Spell on Odie, so that allowed him to clear the shields a little bit faster and also get off more damage in comparison. Okay, so if you're gonna run this Mauler version of a team, this is probably the dream team. It can work even with one copy of Mikola, that's fine. It can even work with one copy of Fresto, but your damage will be lower because the Supreme plus Fresto here is going to be contributing higher damage compared to a lower Fresto because he has more stats. And Fresto's damage is not huge for this boss, but it is one of the big contributors. Odie, Smokey, you'll need Smokey at Mythic Plus if you want to run this team. Odie and Lily May you'll probably already have built up. Yeah, this was a really good run, and I think this seems like the best version of the Mauler team. Now, there are other options. For example, if you don't want to run Maulers, you can run Wilders. If you have Brian, even if you have Brian at one copy Epic, it will probably do really well for you. And I'll just show the team. Oh wait, I probably shouldn't show it here because then it's going to remember the formation and then it will mess up his team. So I'll show it to you in the Dream Realm. And just imagine that they're buff tiles for it as well. So we get our Wilder heroes. First of all, we put Fresto in, and we have Smokey, because Smokey just deals a lot of damage to this boss, so you always want to run Smokey if possible for a team. I run because we need a third melee tank along with Fresto and his illusion. And then we have Lily May. And finally would be Brian, but we don't have Brian. So we tried Prissa, but Prissa is not the best option. Brian is going to be definitely better. So this was the team we ran. We tried it with Arcane, we tried it with Resonating. It seemed like Resonating was a little bit better, but it could be mixed results, so you can test it with both. But this was the team with Brian instead of where Prissa is, basically. This is the Wilder team, and this may be the overall top performing team, because for some people who have Brian built, this is the team getting them the best score. Now, you've seen the Mauler team. The best team is probably the last one we ran, but with Resonating Spell. And just have the Lily May off the buff tiles, have the Odie and the Smokey on them. Odie with the Resonating Spell in that formation we mentioned. And then the final team is going to be the Lightbearer team. And honestly, the best success we had with the Lightbearer team, if you have Sinbad at Supreme Plus, he will be your best shield breaker, and you'll want to run him here along with the Frestos. But if you don't, honestly, Chippy was the best option, because Chippy has shield break with his ultimate ability to the boss, and he also is a Lightbearer melee tank, and that's all we needed. Like the other melee tanks we have for Lightbearer, they do not break the shield as effectively as Chippy is doing, and so that's why he was kind of the hero to be used there. Because we needed a melee hero. Maybe when the boss becomes below 50% and Vala becomes melee, then we can use her as a melee hero and shield breaker and some damage. But yeah, and then you just run the other two Lightbearer heroes, which are going to be Rowan and the Corn. There's a Lightbearer team with Smokey. If you don't want to run Smokey, then you can go for the other team that we showed earlier on in our time playing, and this is going to be with Mikola though, so you're going to lose out on the Smokey damage running this team, but you're going to have really good shield breaking with the Cassidy, and maybe this could even be better. So basically, these are going to be the final teams to try on the first day tomorrow. Depending on whichever heroes you have built up, you'll need Mythic Plus on Corn to run this team. For the Wilder team, you need to have one copy of Brian at least, but the Odie or not the Odie, the Lily May yeah, Lily May and Smokey should be Mythic Plus or above. And then for the Mauler team, you want to have Odie, Lily May at Mythic Plus or above, and Smokey at Mythic Plus or above. Otherwise, Smokey is really only good because of the Mythic Plus, all that damage he gets off to the boss. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and a big thank you to my viewer for letting us use his account for the testing. And I can't wait to try teams tomorrow on global server when the boss will be going live for us. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.